Well, the ball has been put off the park. There's the full-time whistle. And this Welsh team can celebrate. Rich rewards for an incredible effort from them from start to finish. Defensively, they have poured their heart and soul into this game. 228 tackles made and just 35 missed, scoring off pretty much every opportunity that they managed to conjure up, and forcing Ireland into mistake after mistake after mistake. Sam Scott has been given the Player of the Match award, but in truth, any of the players in red could have been a contender for that particular gong. They've made it back-to-back wins in the championship. That is not something they've achieved in 6 years at under-20 level. And you have to hand it to a Welsh side that are really starting to find their feet now under their head coach. Ireland will have to look back on what could have been full-time in Newport. It has finished Wales 20, Ireland 12.
Dave Allen, thanks very much. Well, you'd have to say congratulations to Wales. I mean, they made their tackles, they dug in, they've won 2 times in a row, as Dave says, for the first time in a long time, and it's the first time since 2018 that they've beaten Ireland. And we have bemoaned how poorly Wales have gone at senior level over the last couple of years and how that is not good for the Six Nations. So in many ways, to see a resurgence here at 20s level maybe bodes well for the future. So congratulations to them. Very, very well deserved in many ways. It was a gritty performance. Fiona, for Ireland though, they will look at the high number of handling errors, the sheer weight of possession and territory, and think, goodness me, didn't score in that second half.
Yeah, it's got to be frustrating for them as well. As you said, Joe, having all that possession, getting the try as well before half-time would put you on a positive note coming out. And they just, every time they got inside the 22, it was like panic stations. Myself and Ian were talking, he was saying how static the runners, they're upright, there was no coming onto the ball at pace. And I'm sure they do that in training. For some reason, exactly like you said, you have to congratulate Wales, but certainly the attack wasn't taking, there were errors, but they also controlled how the attack, and Ireland couldn't get over that gain line with their carries.
So in those kind of lengthy periods in the second half where somewhere between halfway line and Welsh 22, it felt like Ireland a lot of ball, line of Welsh players, and just couldn't make breakthroughs. So Welsh defending, I'm sure, part of the story. What wasn't happening in attack for Ireland there?
Yeah, and to start off, full credit to the Welsh team on how they defended. You know, they were very attritional in the tackle, but how Ireland need to improve is they need to have more deception at the line, more momentum coming onto the ball, and their body height in contact needs to be significantly lower. The few times that they did do it in the game, they got back to the gain line, but it was a lot of same, similar shape, out the back, and then Ireland were getting caught behind the gain line, and in tricky conditions that made it really difficult for them.
Yeah.
And ultimately on the night they ran out of ideas.
Yeah, and we saw some variety of times, like Clark Logan at 9, who had a very good game and was very busy and did really well on the whole. He put a beautiful kick over the top at one stage. It was regathered, and that led to maybe a 15-20 metre gain. And shortly afterwards, Tom Wood kicked to the corner. Yeah. And you kind of thought, oh, they're beginning to unlock, and they stole the line out. And that was the moment you thought, here they go, and then just held up, obviously, on the try line. Yeah,
like there was lots of good moments like that where they got in behind, but it was when they had those opportunities, when they were in behind the Welsh defence, that they weren't able to capitalise on it. They weren't able to stay on top of them with their attack, create quick ruck ball, get men on the overlap, and give the wingers genuine one-on-one opportunities. So often in the game, when the ball did get to the edge, you had Welsh players flooding across, and our wingers had to chop back in. And then they were getting held up in the tackle. Slow ball was created, and it really affected the fluidity of the attack.
Yeah, sprinkle in 20+ handling errors. It's tough.
It is tough. And look, I think, you said congratulations to Wales as well, but the kicking game from Wales was exceptional at times. How they exited when Ireland got inside that 22 and they had those errors and they turned over the ball. It was very hard for them to get back up there again because Wales had really good kicking game. Yes, Ireland had more territory, but just in those big moments, I felt Wales defensively were exceptional, and how they kicked the ball was much better. But like Ian said, it's those little things. They'll review that, they'll look at that, and as a coach, I think as well, you can say, look, there are errors, 25 errors. We're normally not like this, but certainly they'll have to fix it against a French team.
Yeah, and on that point of Wales, like they've got into the Irish 22, I think twice in the game. They've come away with 2 tries.
Yeah, it was ruthless.
Yeah, it was. It was a really clinical performance.
Yeah.
You know, they said, look, we're going to kick the ball. play the ball in the right areas of the park as much as possible. When Ireland make a mistake, we'll capitalise. And then when they got their opportunities, they took them. And, you know, epitomised with those 2 quality kicks in the second half to win the match.
Yeah.